Just don't put them
I
on
went
right
back
now
out,
because
so...
they do the
Yeah.
10 warmth thing.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with my iron boots keeping me cool, thank you. That way I can actually wear glows.
Yes, we're all happy that
With
you can wear
glows?
clothes, Jeff. Wearing glow hoop.
I like Lohu.
You know, if I could make another piece of armor other than my Halo armor, I think I'd have to make my mask.
No. No. You're not making that thing. Ever.
Why not?
Because it's off limits. It's as off limits as Jeff and assless chaps.
See, now that's just, intriguing. I never even thought about that.
No, that's not intriguing. That's not intriguing.
Now that you mention, no, but now that you mention
That's
it,
disturbing.
that could be
The word
fun.
you're looking for is disturbing.
Assless chaps and crotchless underwear.
Please, oh god, no.
This is how Austin's gonna wake up one day.
And then I'm going
Well,
to
he's already
proudly
pretty
shoot
much
myself.
woken up with your balls in his face anyway.
It wasn't my balls. It was my face in his face,
Pretty
screaming
much.
Austin.
Though your balls were with his balls, okay? They were commingling.
Actually, my balls were on top of his hand.
So
Not
you
really
jumped
making me
in there
feel any
so
better.
he would give you a hand job?
Well, it's just how I ended up landing, because I leaped, jumped on his bed, and screamed Austin in his face.
Because he's an asshole. And even
Jeff,
Jeff for this.
Jeff, go wake up Austin. Okay. Austin! Ah!
And Austin never had a wet dream again.
Well, good thing I didn't really have wet dreams to begin with.
That's a sign of chronic masturbation.
Somebody else
Hey.
is gonna touch me.
Well, no, we've disproven that.
And I'm not gonna pop myself.
We've disproven that, Austin. Other people will touch you. You just don't want it.
Yeah. Stay away from my junk, Jeff.
Oh, I was talking about Tony,
Tony is not allowed either.
but first day he met Austin.
Yeah, nothing like starting out uncomfortable around somebody you just met.
Hey, when you start out hitting rock bottom, it can only go up.
Oh,
I don't
I'm
know.
sure there's ways you could dig downward.
I don't know. I was going to say, Evan, I don't know. I've proven to Austin time and time again that even if you think you're at rock bottom, I have a way and means of giving you dynamite to blast further.
There's always further than rock bottom.
And like Austin used to still have faith in humanity. Then he thought he didn't have faith in humanity. And then I found a way to drop it even further.
I still try to have faith in humanity. I try to see the good in people. It fails a lot of the time.
Well, you know, I see in people the stupid. I see the stupid in people.
The stupid's everywhere. Gotta get past that.
You know what's past that, Austin? Even more idiocy.
Not necessarily.
Oh, we have the perfect president for it.
I don't know about that.
I do. When he's no longer accepting the way the polls went and says that since the polls don't agree with him, that's false news.
Ugh.
What do you
That's
expect?
as of today.
It's Trump. Trump Hillary, we were basically screwed either way.
Yeah.
It's been that way for every election since... Oh, I don't know. I'm too young for this shit.
Last president I honestly had faith in, like full out faith in, was Reagan. And that's saying something.
I didn't have a problem with Clinton.
Yeah, but Clinton was using Reaganomics.
But he's not Reagan.
No, but I didn't exactly have faith in him either. Like I said, the last president I had faith in was Reagan, and that's because I was young and naive. And things in the 80s were good. At least for my view.
Yeah, they weren't that great.
Perspective. Anyway, as I say, we need to purge the freaking government. And I'm not saying kill.
I think we just need to. I just think we just need to freaking purge. Let's take up the freaking government and society from the purge.
No. That's not great.
I'm just saying forcefully remove. Are you saying kill?
Because see, the problem is the society and the purge didn't work.
Oh, sure, it worked.
So they went into actual people's houses and drug them out and killed them. The government in the purge did that.
Yep.
I'm just saying forcefully remove. I'm not saying fucking that.
No, I know what you're saying, Austin. I'm just saying that Jet's point of actually doing a purge, it didn't work. They were secretly trying to use it to control population numbers, and it didn't work.
Well, yeah, no, it worked fine on controlling population numbers, but
No, it didn't, because not enough people were dying.
in election year, even the people that were in charge got their fucking just dues. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, we'll ruin that, and I'll ruin another movie for you. The end of the Passion of the Christ, Jesus dies.
No!
Yep,
Hey,
another
you already knew this.
another fictional character dead.
I'm not going there.
I'm kind of with Jeff on this one.
I am the devil.
I'm still not going there.
Well, I mean, I like debating religious views. I don't care what people believe. I don't really care what I believe.
Right.
I don't know what I
I
believe.
just have no intention of sticking my dick in that blender.
You want to argue about abortion?
Yeah, I do think that on that fact. So we're going into this now, Austin. I do believe in women's rights. They have absolutely every right to choose whether or not. But I believe that to some extent the males have a right as well.
And I also believe that they have a right up into a certain point. Once it's definitely defined as an actual human.
Well, that's the way the law is anyway.
Yeah. Just point.
That's what I mean. I'm agreeing. I mean, I don't think like anything past what is legal right now should be done. Hell no.
Yeah, and also, countries that have made abortion illegal hasn't dropped
They
the
just
abortion
do the
rate.
back alley.
It's just made like,
More women die.
unsafe. Yep.
That's the way we were. That's the way the United States was when it was still illegal. All those back alley abortions and people getting cut up with rusty scalpels and shit.
I'm gonna scoop it out with a rusty wooden spoon.
Pretty much.
Not every kid's gonna be an Einstein or worth his weight in gold.
Most of them won't.
Yeah. I mean, I argued this with a coworker of mine. Lovely gal. Religious gal.
You know, and I could be wrong for this, but I love Patton Oswald's arguments on religion and this kind of stuff. He's hilarious to listen to on it.
I don't think religion has anything really to do with it. I mean,
But that's the
Saying she was
whole-
religious.
And I didn't necessarily wasn't meaning that it has anything to do with it. I was just mentioning the other because of
well,
how
I'm
we
just
waded
saying
into
that
this.
people feel like religion has something to do with it. That's exactly 100% true.
Oh, hey, beer and some eggs.
People use like religion for so many freaking excuses that I'm freaking tired of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, partially why I'm against religion. Look,
I
we
will
don't need
say-
another Crusades.
The whole
I
thing
don't
with
know.
Trump-
I think we do need a crusade right now.
We need a cleansing. We don't need a crusade.
I don't know. I think we do need a crusade. Do you know how many freaking terrorist buttholes would pucker? You know, just at the word of crusade? You know, fine, they want an Arab Spring. Let's show them what a crusade looks like.
The whole thing with the Trump thing, 99% of it is just the fact that he's hired the dumbest
Idiots,
freaking
yeah.
people. That one lady who said the whole different,
Alternate facts?
facts thing. That lady has recently done something else.
Yeah, I saw that.
She's
The
talking
Bowling
about the
Green.
terrorists
Yeah.
with the Bowling Green attack. Yeah, there was never any attack in Bowling Green.
No, and she tried to back up and say, "Well, I meant to say terrorist, not massacre." And
But then she kept saying attacks and massacre and
well, even
and
if you,
that
well, even
soldiers'
if you-
lives were lost.
yeah, I was gonna say they went
After
back, and even
she's
if you
correct.
even if you went back and look at her, the statements she made, even if you injected terrorists in there, her statements then don't even make sense at all. Stupid people are going to be
I've lost all
stupid
faith in
people.
Politicians. Actually, I don't think I've ever had faith in politicians.
You know, I think Trump's administration, not necessarily Trump himself, but Trump's administration is just taking us one step further closer to the government in the movie Idiocracy.
I
Pretty
think
much.
the one I would have quote all right, Al Gore would have been the
Oh,
most
God.
boring, but still the most boring president ever. But I don't think he would have fucked anything up like Bush did.
Yeah. Obama
Al-
wasn't much better.
Al Gore, you know I invented the internet,
Yeah,
right?
but Obama didn't
Oh.
almost choke to death in the freaking Oval Office.
Actually, it was on Air Force One.
No, he did it twice. Once was on Air Force One. The other was in the Oval Office. The time was
pretzel.
in the
That man
Oval
ate a
Office.
corn dog.
It wasn't a corn dog; it was a
It
pretzel.
was pretzels. It was pretzels. You know, like the Snyder's pretzels? It was that type of thing. And the
a
one
couple
in the Oval Office, he full on passed out because he couldn't breathe. And the dog, came over to him and was licking him, and somehow it passed by anyway.
I remember Robin Williams making a comedic skit about that. The dog didn't even care that he was dying. He was licking him for the salt. That's another one I miss. Robin Williams.
Yep.
He was a good guy. But yeah, they were talking about, he was talking about how he fainted and all. That's his exact words. And what was it? Cedric the Entertainer was like, no, he's not a grown-ass man. A grown-ass man doesn't faint. He passes out, but he doesn't faint.
But, yeah, some of the Secret Service people got in trouble because they It got leaked that when he went down on Air Force One, they yelled, they had a nickname amongst themselves
Gilligan.
for him. Yep, Gilligan's down. Gilligan's down.